Neil hasn't gambled on the fitness of his club skipper Phil Brown, who's been fighting back from hamstring trouble. A settled squad has been boosted by the arrival from Celtic of Andy Walker, 5 goals in 6 starts and looking good value at £160,000. A mixture of battle-hardened and streetwise pros with a few youngsters who've been proving themselves in a hard school. The worst league record in Division 1, Southampton, but arguably the best cup side. Only 5 league victories, but 9 wins in 14 cup ties this season, 6 of them against First Division opposition. Ian Brantford says we'd sweep both cup runs aside for 15 league points. The cup form has kept an otherwise depressing season bubbling along. Terry Hurlock is suspended, but the Saints have had a few free days to regroup and plan for this one, come armed with the dual strike force of Matt Letizia and Alan Shearer, 2 of the brightest young attacking talents in the country, now knocking hard on England's door in this international week. Referee Michael Peck from Kendal in Cumbria gets us underway, and Bolton going from right to left, Southampton in their chain strip, blue and white. And plenty of time for a first touch for Richard Hall, who goes back to Tim Flowers, the hero of Southampton's cup victory. This is the schoolmaster from Kendal in Cumbria, Michael Peck. A biting wind off the Lancashire hills, and it's all set up here for what should be a real test of character in football terms. David Burke was quite happy to concede a corner in the first moments of the game. Burke, one of several Bolton players who've been around the league scene. There's no shortage of experience, and they'll relish this job today. Great noise being generated by Bolton support. Adams' corner, it's a good one. David Felgate staying on his line. Referee lets it go. And as Julian Derby tried to break out, Neil Ruddock prevented him duly, and at the least is going to get a severe talking to. And it may be worse for Neil Ruddock, who collects yellow cards just about like nobody in the pro game. Here it is, a clear illegal block. Benally again gives the ball away. Again a good ball forward from Kelly, and again Brown can run at Benally. Brown keeps it alive. Men over here, offside. No offside, referee lets it go. Southampton players furious. And it was perhaps an even better chance than it looked first time. Julian Derby, here it comes. Michael Brown, and a good whip cross in, and Derby left all alone. Every Southampton defender had stopped, and the referee signalled no offside. Phyllis Kirk down for Derby. Good ball. Walker very aware, and again just creating a half a yard for himself. Brown and Benally again in one of the good individual battles going on around the pitch. Benally gets the better of that one, but he's having a tough old time of it, Francis Benally, to keep Michael Brown quiet. Spooner and Brown. That's Brown, Walker, offside this time against Phyllis Kirk. And after their previous lap, Southampton will probably be feeling a lot more confident about their own offside trap after this one. Ball whipped in again by Brown. One touch from Walker. All the hands have gone up. Saints defenders all stopping again, and this time they got the benefit of the referee's decision. Corner, a little untidy for Bolton. Seagraves really just losing it seemed, in the wind, which is sweeping down off the hills behind the ground, and it's giving Flowers tremendous length with his kicking. Letizia, keeper stayed on his line, chance here, goal on the far side, and it's Richard Hall. All Bolton's good work in the first half an hour or so undone by a couple of moments of defensive sloppiness. Le Tissier firing it at the back post, Hall unmarked, and that is what Southampton were looking for. Just one small mistake. A player on the line, Brown, and as Felgate dived across, neither of them could stop the header from Richard Hall. And now Bolton have it all to do, having played with such composure through the first quarter of the match, and certainly matched everything that Southampton were able to produce. Just a little untidy at the back for a moment, and now they're in arrears. Foul by Burke. Or by Lee on Patterson. Might be something here. Walker and Phillisker combining well again. And back come Bolton. Kelly's corner, a good one. It's an excellent clearing header by Gray. Shearer finds the Tissier, excellent ball out under pressure. Now Horn. Benali breaking two. Quality break by Southampton. Can they produce a strike on goal on the end of it? Kennett arrives. They're all lining up for it, and Kennett can't find anybody in blue. Good ball out for Bolton by Brown. David Lee. Chance to run at Burke. And gets a corner. So Burke also having his hands full to deal with a wide threat for Bolton. And Lee, who was in the action much sooner than expected, than he could have expected, settling to a full day's work almost, very well. Le Tissier, more danger here. Same routine, same result. Bolton haven't learned the lesson. A carbon copy goal from Richard Hall, and 2 in 2 minutes are turning what looked a very tough afternoon for Southampton into a pretty straightforward one. Here's the second. No variation, exactly the same routine, and Bolton can't keep that one out either. Brown not offside. Chance to run. He's got in behind Benali. Benali gets back. And Benali eventually does well to get a clearing foot in the way. Horn leads the charge out, helped by Gray on his left. Well-timed ball. Southampton flooding men forward. Le Tissier and Shearer waiting. Could Gray go on his own? Good save by Felgate, who grabs it safely. Well, Stuart Gray, who got a gifted goal at Old Trafford in the round 4, had to work a lot harder for that chance. Once more Hall and Ruddock join Le Tissier and Shearer on the edge of the box. Aimed at Shearer, good knock too, is trouble here. Ruddock couldn't do it, back of the post and in for number 3. Most unfortunate, but that's the kind of day it's turning out to be, except that Bolton for once get a little good fortune. It looked for a moment like an own goal for Mark Seagraves. Here it comes, Shearer's first header. Again, Southampton players free unmarked on the far post. Lee whips it back in. It ends in the net of Seagraves, but offside, and it was marginal. Well cleared by Ruddock. Now Kelly. Derby. No, yes, there was a foul. for an instant. The crowd were hoping perhaps that the referee was going to let it go on in Bolton's advantage, but they did call them back. And now Saints have the advantage themselves in that they can pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men into a wall. Cockrell on one side of it, Shearer on the other. Young Michael Brown slips into it between them. For Bolton, Kelly goes for goals. A good effort. It was an excellent effort. And an excellent stop from Tim Flowers. Lovely strike from a dead ball by Kelly. Again, a good header. And it's Hall again. Shearer. Now, can he turn off? Yes, indeed he can. And it's one-on-one here for just a second. Shearer. Good try. Excellent try. Felgate got his body positioning absolutely right. Here it comes again. Shearer happy to drift away from goal and then produce that whipped drive. And he's proving a real handful for Mark Kame and Mark Seagraves. Ruddock fouled by Andy Walker. And Ruddock is another of those Southampton players who's well ahead on points in his own individual duel this afternoon. Ruddock looks for Shearer, who gets there beautifully. Le Tissier, more danger. Went near post, Matt Le Tissier. And as Bolton try to break out fast, they're frustrated. Here's the knockdown by Shearer first of all, and Le Tissier. Everything was right about that. Burke for Bolton, who still huff and puff, but they're not really able to create much danger. Maybe Kelly can here. Good run by Kelly. And just for a second, a way to goal opened up. And when it did, Tony Kelly couldn't produce a finish to match his excellent run. Skipping past Ruddock, ball bubbling. Kelly unable to hit the target. Now Green with a first chance to stretch his legs. Phyllis Kerr, good ball. Walker, no offside, and Bolton are alive. And Andy Walker has come to life to keep a phenomenal record of goal scoring since his arrival from Celtic intact. Here it comes again. They haven't very often tried to play offside in this match, but Southampton have been caught twice in this game. Here's the second occasion. The new man Green, the fresh legs creating a little danger, turning the defence. Walker right on hand. Every Southampton back four player had stopped, and Andy Walker gives Bolton hope. Ruddock missed it. Walker. He's really come to life. Still dangerous. Goal kick. Again, a clever pass from Kelly, who is capable of producing just something a little different for Bolton. And Walker, having scored with his left foot, didn't quite make as good a connection there. Kelly wins it. Benally forward to Le Tissier. Bolton have pushed way forward, and still there are men offside, and that's why Horn held it up and did very well to do so. Was Lee offside? No. But it just overruns him, and Burke can get it back to Felgate, and you know what he's going to do. Reddick first, very strong, holding his ground against Walker. Gray, rather given away, and Kelly. Good ball again, Walker. Didn't intend that, but stays with Bolton. Spooner and Kelly, again a good pass. Good ball from Reeves, magnificent equaliser! The magic of the FA Cup, you never really know. And it's the second substitution which has done the trick. Scott Green, listen to the noise at Vernon Park. A far post ball of quality from one substitute to the other has done the trick. Reeves drilling it at the far post, and Green, given a sniff of goal, has done it. And a tremendous comeback from Bolton. Well, full marks to Mick Brown and Phil Neal. They set out their stall apparently to give Southampton as many problems as possible, and as it finishes, a thrilling comeback achieved by Bolton Wanderers, and they earn a money-spinning replay at the Dell on February the 26th. Southampton, the team that can do no right in the league, apparently were still on course to keep on doing right in the Cups. Richard Hall with 2 goals to give them a comfortable cushion at half-time. But Bolton, who'd started brightly and then faded, were brought to life by 2 substitutions from Phil Neal. Scott Green, the second of those to go on, producing the equaliser after Andy Walker had sparked to life to bring Bolton back into it. It turned into a thrilling finale, and Bolton have been a credit to their division. Southampton presumably will be disappointed with the lapses which gave Bolton hope, but they too stay alive in the FA Cup.